to me, R.I.P. buried. 무리들이 몰려온다 사자해라 미리. Dead to me, R.I.P. buried. 무릎 꿇고 고개 숙여 반성해라 피리. 왜 이래요? 잘못 오셨네요. 상관없는 자에게는 묻지 마세요. 성격 끝이 쉽고 and I live to tell the tale. 못이 박히기 얘기했지만 coffin and a nail. Buried so deep in your excrete. 누구 탓해? 다 네가 한 짓. I've been mute, I've been discreet. 알만한 사람 다 알아 나 in these streets. 시끌벅적 시끌벅적 시끌벅적. 동네 시끄럽네요. 시끌벅적 시끌벅적 시끌벅적. 화난 사람 많네요. Come and hit you and run. They coming for your ransom. 나 어째 call you lawyer. 뭐 막아 can't do nothing for ya. I say come and hit you and run. They coming for your ransom. 나 어째 call you lawyer. 뭐 막아 can't do nothing for ya.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Let me turn my mic down. I'm checking the stream, making sure that everything looks good. Oh my God, that's so loud. All right, there we go. Let me turn it down. Okay, all right. Everything looking good. Everything looks good. All right. What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Juan with the Rest Hold Podcast. We're doing something a little different today. We're going to go ahead and do a YouTube live review on the show. Okay? Now, this is going to be a little different because obviously you don't see the background. You don't see my studio. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to make this as seamless as possible. I'm going to try to go through match by match. I do have the photos of the pay-per-view up. So, let me take this music off. So, yeah, let's get started. First and foremost, let's just talk overall. All right. Overall, I thought the show was fantastic. I thought the show was great. Oh, don't make a lot of noise. Okay. I thought the show was fantastic from start to finish. From the women's chamber, hell, even the two matches. Oh, let me rephrase that. Even the tag team match with Edge and Beth was great. Was beyond my expectations. It was fun. I'm not saying that it was a fantastic match, but it was a really fun match. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it personally, and a couple of my coworkers and friends, I think they enjoyed it as well. Okay. But let's start off with just getting the elephant out the room. Ariel Helwani, you're the legend. You're the GOAT. You are amazing. The myth, the man, the legend himself. Unbiased Ariel Helwani. Thank you for everything you do for the sport, my man. You are incredible. You took it to Tony Khan Man, or AKA the Snowman. You took it to the Snowman, and you know what? Everyone who's sick of Tony Khan, everyone who's sick of the AEW trolls who just cannot find anything wrong with that company, thank you. Okay? Because I'm beyond like frustrated with them. Okay? He always has to chit chat something. He always has to say some stupid ass comment. Okay, saying this is a battle. Don't nobody give a fuck about your 800K watching audience, your 300K Rampage watching show. Don't nobody care. Okay. Now, do I enjoy the product from time to time? Sure, I do. Okay. There are some matches that are actually really entertaining. But then you go on Twitter, you go on Instagram, you go on these social media platforms, and all you see is the AEW drones just so fantastic, so fantastic. Like, shut up, bro. Okay, even I can nitpick and say when WWE is doing some trash ass shit. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, Ariel Helwani, you're the greatest. You're the best in my book. Peter Rosenberg, you're fantastic as well, brother. Thank you for everything you do. And let's start the show. All right. You might hear some clicks from my mouth because that's what I'm using to control the slideshow. All right. So we start off the night with the women's chamber match. Okay. Hold on. Let's go back. Look at Asuka. Looking as fly as she can. Asuka, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that she came back as this character, dude. We don't get the dancing Asuka no more. Well, I think she still kind of dances, right? But man, she's a killer. Followed up by the beautiful, no offense, with all due respect, Mr. Graves, the beautiful Carmella. One of my favorites, my Latina sister, Raquel Rodriguez. I forgot. My fault, man. Okay, I know there's Raquel Rodriguez. I think she's Raquel Gonzalez now. Okay, but she's great. Okay, I love her. I love you, Raquel. I love you. Nikki Cross, get your ass back in the cage. She's crazy. She did some fantastic stuff in this match as well. We got Natalya super over with this Canadian crowd. Big surprise. She was going off, man. Beautiful Natalya, beautiful. Face to face with Asuka here. Liv Morgan. Oh my God, Liv Morgan. I don't mean to come off this way, but Jesus, I love you, Liv. I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right. So we start off the match. We got all 6 women in the chamber. It's a very good match, very good, enjoyable match. I think the biggest complaint that we got from just in general online is just the fact that, they were taking their time. And then once all 6 women finally got into the chamber, eliminations just started fucking steamrolling, dude. Okay. But we did start off the match with Natalya and Liv. Big surprise. I love you, Liv. Okay. I mean, just checking out the highlights, right? Just checking out these highlights. Look at Raquel looking like a beast that she is. Everybody had some good spots. Everybody had good time to shine here. Once again, I feel like they told a very good story. Everyone was kind of just doing their best to try to get that WWE Raw title match against Bianca Belair at Mania. Nikki, crazy as hell. Beautiful, the best, craziest spot of the night, other than Liv being thrown into the chamber, which was pretty cool as well. Even I don't know if this is gonna be like a huge thing, right? But Carmella had a great night. Okay, not the fact that she was just painting people, whatever the case may be. She had a great night. She performed very well. Don't nobody care about this advertisement. Okay, so yes, Nikki was the first to be eliminated. It was crazy too because I think at that point, I forgot who it was. Someone went through the glass in one of the chambers, and at that moment they cut back to that replay, and that's when Nikki got pinned. I want to say she got pinned by Raquel. That's pretty fucking sad, but it was a good match. This spot right here with Liv jumping off of one of the chambers themselves and doing the sunset flip powerbomb onto Raquel. Bro, this was sick. I wish I could show it to y'all, but WWE be fucking copyrighting my stuff, dude. So we're gonna leave it at that. All right. Then we get the amazing Asuka coming out. Look at her, dude. She just looks so sick, bro. Seriously. Okay. We get some offense on Raquel. We're getting pretty much the rest of the 5 females. They're just going at it. We get to a point in the match where Natalia gets Liv in the sharpshooter, and she's in the sharpshooter for quite a long time. I didn't like that part. I didn't like the fact that they did that way. She was in there for legitimate 4 or 5 minutes. Asuka comes in, then she gets her with that little armbar that she does, whatever, and then she passes out. She doesn't even she doesn't even tap, which, some people see it a certain way, but I don't like the fact they do too many of the non-tapping. I just pass out stuff to I show I didn't give up. I didn't care for that much too much. All right. Then as that's going on, Carmella comes back, super kicks Natalia in the back of the head. Boom, eliminates her. There goes Liv coming out. We get the triple threat at this point with her, Raquel. Back and forth, very good. Well, at one point, I don't even remember now, right? Because I'm looking at the photos. I don't even remember how Raquel got eliminated. I want to say she got eliminated by Carmella as well. But we do get Asuka winning. She will be facing Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. Once again, I thought this match was very fun, a very good chamber match. I don't really agree with all the complaints online with the fact that they ended up speeding up the match at the end. I don't care, dude. It was fun. I think the women did one hell of a job. If I had to give this match a rating, I'd probably give it I don't know. I think I should go down to a 10 rating. Okay, let's do 10. Let's go based on 10, right? If I had to give this match a rating, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Just because I would have loved to see a little bit more crazy maneuvers, but we get into that in the men's match, all right? After this match, we are followed by the almighty Almighty and Brock Lesnar. Okay, we pretty much get what we all thought was going to happen in this match, all right? I feel like everybody knew this match was just going to be a fucking car crash. It was going to go pretty quickly. The crowd was into the match. All right. The crowd was into the match. It wasn't a bad match whatsoever. It was just a lot of as you see here, big, powerful moves. Two big, meaty men slapping meat. You get that reference. All right. They do trade finishers here, as you can see there. Bobby's about to get, or he's pretty much locking in the hurt lock. Brock Lesnar hits him with a low blow, throws the leg back, hits him with a low blow. Match ends in DQ. Obviously, Lashley wins because of the DQ. As you guys can see here, Brock goes berserk. I don't even know why he goes so crazy, just because you did the fucking low blow in front of the referee. He wasn't trying to hide it whatsoever. He goes crazy. He attacks the ref. He attacks Bobby Lashley, which I'm surprised we didn't see the Hurt Business come out here and try to help him. I was expecting that to happen. Brock is the man, dude. I'm sorry. When you, just like my boy Pat McAfee says, when you think of the alpha male, you think of Brock Lesnar. Okay, ET and his buddies come. They're about to challenge us and say, "Hey, motherfuckers, we want to challenge your best versus our best, ET." Who are we putting in that fight? That's right, Brock Lesnar. Shit, I'll even throw Bobby Lashley, but Brock Lesnar's the man upon me. Okay, very good match. Well, I can't even call it a match because it wasn't even that long. Good segment, good action. But if I had to give this star rating, if I give it a rating out of 10, honestly, I would probably give it a 4. It did what it was supposed to do. It gave us a quick story. Ended in a DQ. So I'm assuming we're going to get these two at Mania, which kind of throws a wrench in things because just the night before, we got Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy come out and say, oh shit, there we go. We got it, guys. Okay, Bray and Uncle Howdy came out and said, hey, I challenged the winner of this match. Okay, well, what if these two big meaty men decide to say, you know what, forget Bray Wyatt, forget Uncle Howdy, we're gonna team up Mega Power style and take on Bray Wyatt. Okay, you know what? I just came up. That's an epiphany that just happened. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt in a tag team match versus the almighty Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Okay? You heard it here first. Don't tell, okay, my sources told me that. Don't let the melts tell you otherwise. Fuck the melts. Fuck Brian Alvarez. Kiss my ass. Let's go. Moving on. All right, next up we get Finn Balor, the beautiful mommy, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic. Thug Dominic. You guys can say what you want. My boy JJ has a few opinions on Dominic. Dominic has been fucking great. Not in the sense of wrestling, okay? Not in the sense of wrestling, but in just the sense of like a character, a personality. This guy has been great, okay? This match, I wasn't, honestly, I mean, you can go back and look at the preview at the prediction show. I didn't give a fudge about this match, dude. I thought this match was gonna be trash city, boring, gonna put me to sleep, but it was fun. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man, 10 stars, 5-star match, but it did what it needed to do. Okay, it did what it needed to do. It had its purpose. We got Edge in front of his Canadian crowd. We got Beth and Edge for the first time not for the first time, but in a long time tagging up. All right, paying tribute to Luna. Okay, so that was great. Mommy, looking fine as ever. All right, very good match. I enjoyed it. Look at Dom being the little sneaky ass mug. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of skip through this just because. Look, you know what? We did have one botch here. Okay, Finn did have Edge pinned. Beth was supposed to come in for the save, and she just didn't make it in time. She just did not make it in time. All right, but then this is what we end up getting. Okay. Oh shit, this is great. Look at this. Let's just watch this. All right. Let's just go through the slideshow. Okay. And yes, we do get Edge and Beth winning. At one point of the match, Edge chases Dominic out of the arena, and normally you just don't. You see that happen. They don't come back. Well, this fucking round, Dominic comes back to still fuck with them. All right, but it was great. It was fun. It served its purpose. It got the crowd back into it after that match that segment between Brock and Lashley. So yeah, it was what it was. It was cool. All right. Now we get Spot Festamania, baby. I got a burp. I just ate some teriyaki chicken, some teriyaki madness. Jesus Christ. And it's just there. I need to go get some Tums or something, dude. All right. So we start off with the U.S. Championship in the Elimination Chamber. Okay, so we got, Austin Theory, Montez Ford, Bronson Reed. I legit almost forgot his name again. All right. Damian Priest. Look, I think we're all sick of the Judgment Day, but their presentation is, I think they're pretty dope, right? We got my boy, my favorite, Johnny Gargano. You got the wrestling god, Seth freaking Rollins. And we get these two starting off the match. Great match, man. Honestly, apart from the main event, this was the best match of the night. Just from pure entertainment, just from pure wrestling, we got what we all expected. It was great. Okay, we had a couple crazy spots, and just like I predicted in my prediction show, Montez Ford, talk of the night. Okay, I think we went through. Okay, let's just start here, right? I ended up saying that a couple things needed to happen in this match. Johnny Gargano needed to fucking have a great night, because he's just been used in terrible spots. Bronson Reed needed to do some crazy stuff because once again, he's not getting much of a reaction. And then Montez Ford, in my opinion, in my prediction, I thought he was going to be the last two between him and Austin Theory. What ended up happening honestly made the most sense because that gets us to Mania. But man, Bronson Reed was fucking doing his thing, y'all. He was doing his thing. He ended up having a fantastic night. Johnny Wrestling had a fantastic night. I do say so myself, he had the craziest spot of the night. All right. I think so nobody care about that advertising, y'all. Okay. I think he had one of the craziest nights. I honestly think out of all the elimination chamber matches that we've ever gotten, this has honestly been my favorite match. You know what? Close. It's close. Okay. The year of Kofi Mania, I was there, and it's crazy. The only thing I can compare that chamber match is to the Sami Zayn Roman Reigns match. Dude, that stadium, I swear to you guys, that stadium was shaking. People were going nuts for Kofi. Go back, go on Peacock. Shout out to the cock. Go back on Peacock, rewatch that chamber match. The crowd was going crazy for Kofi. I'm honestly probably going to rewatch it. I'm probably going to rewatch it after I finish this because I just want to relive it. I just want to relive that moment in time. Fantastic. That's what we should be getting this year at Mania, but I'll get into that later. We get a fantastic spot from Montez. Look at that man. That was sick. This man climbed up to the very top. He's holding on. He does a little pull up, twist, front flip, and then boom, lands on everybody, takes everybody out. It was fun. It was great. Bronson Reed, first man eliminated, which was a little, well, when you think of all of these guys, all these 6 men, somebody had to get eliminated first, right? So obviously it wasn't going to be Seth Rollins. Obviously it wasn't going to be Austin Theory. I would have not wanted it to be Johnny Wrestling. The only 2 that you could really think of, like, who would they fucking just say, like, okay, you got to get pinned first, would be Bronson Reed or Montez Ford. But he had his spots of the night. He had his moments. He had the crowd pretty excited. So he got eliminated first. We get this spot, which was sick. We get Johnny and Seth on top. Seth, they're going at it. Seth is looking like he's about to powerbomb Johnny off of the top of the chamber. It took a little bit, so it looked a little weird because you could tell they were you knew what was coming. So they were making sure they were in the right position. They were making sure that all the guys were at the bottom were ready to catch them. And then Johnny ends up reversing it into Hurricane Rana. Sickest spot of the night. It was a really bad fall for Johnny. So I gotta say, when I saw the replay, it looked like Damien was supposed to catch him, but he just slipped through Damien's arms. He looked like he landed and hit his face. It was pretty fucking nuts, if I do say so myself. The blockbuster from the top of the chamber, dude. These guys were just going at it all night. Montez Ford, let me bring this up. Montez Ford was showing out, man. He had a spot where I don't know how I feel about it because I feel like I want him to be his own character. I want him to be true to himself. You see a lot of wrestlers now who use a lot of legacy moves. Like you see Kevin Owens with the stunner. You see Cody and Seth Rollins with the pedigree. Well, Montez Ford, he was channeling his inner Rock, because this man legit was about to do the people's elbow. The crowd was going crazy for it. As you can see here, he did the rock bottom. He obviously does, I believe they call it from the heavens, the frog splash, which was fantastic. He goes for the frog splash here. Theory gets his knees up. His head goes outside, and Seth Rollins ends up doing the curb stomp. 1, 2, 3, he's out. Now the beauty of this part, right? So you already have, I know I kind of skipped this, but you got Damien, Johnny already eliminated. So you were left with Montez, Austin, and Seth. So as soon as Montez gets eliminated, the medical staff comes into the ring just because he seems like he's just really woozy. And you're asking yourself, like, dude, he really can't be hurt, right? Well, They played it that way so that they left the door of the chamber open, as you can see here. You get Seth pedigreeing Austin, but who shows up and fucks up Seth's chances? The one and only Logan Paul, the GOAT. Okay? This man, I don't know what you would call it, but I'm going to call it by the name that I know it of. This man lands the most beautiful buckshot lariat I've ever seen in my life. Hangman, you're a great wrestler. I'm not saying you're not, but this man does your move way better than you do, my brother. Okay. He ends up costing Seth the match. Austin Theory retains his championship. So we're obviously going to get Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins at Mania. I like it. I like it a lot. In the post show conference, Austin Theory does come out and he offers up a open challenge for the US Championship. And guess who ends up accepting it? Your Canadian boy, Edge. Edge and Austin Theory tomorrow on WWE Monday Night Raw. So we'll see what happens. He obviously is gonna lose. He's gonna lose his championship before Mania. But I do see John Cena coming back and challenging him for the US title. Or maybe Edge. I don't know what they would do with Edge at this point. Maybe he cheats Edge out of winning. And we just end up building this over to Mania. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. Austin Theory is a very good champion, honestly. He's corny. He's definitely corny. If you watch that post-conference interview, he's super corny, dude. He has his glasses on. He's just talking his shit. You know, he's being a heel, but he's just super corny. I don't care. Right? Now, to the main event. Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. Oh, going back really quick. Going back. Giving this match a rating. This honestly has been and I said this before, this is my favorite chamber match since the Cody one. Since the Kofi one. I would give this match an 8 out of 10. It was fantastic. Lots of spots. Every wrestler in this match had his purpose, and they did a great job. They worked hard. They did their thing. Moving on. The main event for the WWE Undisputed Universal Title match. This was the match of the night. I was out and about with my wife. We were having some drinks with some friends. We were out in public, downtown Houston. And your boy was ignoring everyone around him watching this match. People were looking at me like a dork. People were looking at me like a loser. And I say to them, kiss my ass. Because this match was the epitome of wrestling storytelling, my guys. Okay? First and foremost, Roman Reigns comes out first. Showered in a crowd of boos. Nothing but boos. No one likes him. We got chants of fuck you, Roman. Fuck you, Roman. This man's just soaking it in. He's just loving every single moment. Just like a heel would. Loving it. Sami Zayn's wife is in the front row. I think with his daughter. Not too sure, but Sami Zayn's wife is in the front row. And we got the tribal chief right there talking his shit. What's up? Blah, blah, blah. Beautiful heel work. Beautiful heel work. All right. But then we get the man, the myth, the legend, Samuel Zayn. Okay? The crowd was going nuts for this guy. I was going nuts for this guy. I was out there just going like, oh my God. I think I was even making a scene. When Roman came out first, I was like, oh shit. Roman came out first. I don't know why it was such a big deal to me, but it was. Okay? He was getting his booze, but he gave Sammy his moment. Everybody in Montreal was going crazy for this man. He was hyped. They legit didn't touch for, I want to say, like 7 minutes. After the bell rang for 7 minutes, they just kind of stood there. They walked around each other. The crowd was just going crazy. I just don't know how they go from. I don't know how they move on from this. I really don't. I really don't see how you booked yourself into a corner, in my opinion. I think everybody has been saying, "Oh, we're gonna get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the tag team titles." But like after this match, I don't see how you get that. Okay, we started off with Roman, a lot of offense. Sammy's hitting him, but he's really just no selling. Um, Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd, dude. The crowd's just fucking on their feet. They're loving every moment of this. They're hyped up. Okay, Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns are pretty much the entire match. This is him just talking some shit to Sammy's wife. It was fucking crazy. He's like, the one moment I remember is him telling his wife, "You could have had it all. You could have had it all. If you would have just listened to me, you guys could have had it all. You were part of my family." And Sami Zayn's wife did it beautifully. You hear her yelling, "He loved you. He loved you. He cared about you." That shit was everybody. I'm telling you, I was the loser at the bar watching wrestling, paying attention to it, reacting live, right? It would have been pretty funny if my wife would have recorded me, but nonetheless, they're going back and forth. There goes Sammy and his wife. Roman was just talking his shit, beating him up in front of his wife. It's pretty crazy. Um, as a sunset power bomb from the top, that was beautiful. That honestly, I said it earlier with the women's chamber match. Lived it that beautiful sunset flip power bomb from the top of the chamber. But this move right here is just as beautiful. Sami Zayn is just a legend in the ring, dude. He made it believable. When you see these two guys next to each other, obviously Roman looks like the much more bigger dude, but Sammy looked just as big as him. I think they're around the same height. Obviously, Roman is a little bit more cut up, more jacked up, but Sammy ain't no slum dog. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we're getting just the back and forth. He tried to set him up for the haluva kick twice. Ended up getting him on the second try. We get Roman hitting him with the Superman punch a couple of times. Sammy kicks out. Sammy kicks out of a couple Superman punches. Roman kicks out of a couple haluva kicks. Here's Sammy doing the Superman punch beautifully, if I do say so myself. A haluva kick, but it wasn't enough. We take the fight outside. Sammy's on the barricade. Roman takes his time running around the ring, going for the spear, and beautifully runs into it after Sammy dodges it. Blue Thunder Bomb in the center of the ring. It was beautiful. But Roman did end up kicking out. And I don't remember if I said this in my prediction show, but I did say it in the prediction show with my boys from El Sampler Podcast. I said it. I called it. We're going to have a ref bump. Sammy was gonna do a finisher, right? Whether it was the haluva kick, whether it was the blue thunder bomb, he was gonna pin Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3. But obviously the ref is down, so he didn't get the actual count. But you hear the crowd. The crowd was going crazy. They counted to 10. We should have a new champion. But obviously the ref was down. Jimmy ends up coming in. He's throwing his super kicks around, hits him with a splash. He moved. The crazy part to me was that he's doing all of this. He's beating the shit out of him. He throws Roman over Sammy at this point. Legit, not even a second later, the ref comes in and starts counting. I'm like, dude, you just saw Jay do all of this. Like, you really could have just done something, but obviously for the match. He ends up whooping Sammy, throws Roman on top of him. But Sammy kicks out. Sammy kicks out at 2, as you can see here. They're going back at it once again. It's a very physical match. As you can see, he hits him with the spear. Shocked. Beautiful storytelling, y'all. I'm telling you. Let's go back to this real quick. I'm telling you, It's just back and forth. The match Montreal, we don't deserve you as wrestling fans because anytime that I've gone to a show here in Houston, other than the Royal Rumble, the fans have fucking sucked, dude. Okay. I ended up, I think the only show that I remember going to here in Houston where the fans were just like hot an entire night, and I played a big role in that too, was NXT War Games. When we got Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Idolo, and Andrade ended up winning the championship. Beautiful pay per view too, right? Because we got a bunch of good matches. But that's the only time my city was ever hot. Recently, if you go to any of these shows or you watch TV, they're really not hot. Montreal was fucking going crazy. Literally. Literally. Okay. Montreal, thank you for this wonderful night. I'm in the position of like Kofi Mania, where like I know this is gonna stick with me because it was just a fantastic show. We end up having a second ref bump, obviously. Roman ends up getting the chair. He's beating the shit out of Sammy. Jay shows up. Roman hands well, as he's doing it, as he's about to hit Sammy with the chair, Jay shows up, stops Roman. Roman's like, okay, you got to prove yourself to me. Where you been, number one. And number two, beat this man up. Okay. Jay refuses. There is a little back and forth because Roman pushes Jay. Uh, they're kind of going at it as slowly as you see Sammy getting up. He's pretty much running, about to hit Roman with the spear, and as you can see, obviously Roman dodges. He hits Jimmy, which I would assume Jimmy. Okay, like talking just character base, right? I would assume Jimmy would know, like, oh shit, was an accident, but we don't know. We don't know at this point. He hits him. Roman gets the chair, starts beating his ass. He does end up winning. The saddest part is the crowd went from being at a level of 10 the entire night to just dropping to like a 1. It was just sad. Everybody was down. I was down. I was fucking going hype at the bar. I was going crazy, and it just kind of like it just deflated you. Jimmy and Roman are at the end just beating the hell out of Sammy at that point. KO comes in to save the day, baby. Okay. He comes in. That's his best friend. Go, best friend. Go, best friend. Go. Stuns Roman out of his shoes. The crowd goes wild. The Quebec boys are here. Power bombs Jimmy through the table. Paul comes and starts hitting Kevin with like the worst punches you've ever seen in your life. Just like, it's pretty funny. He gets a stunner. And we end off the night with Roman and Sammy both getting standing ovations. Fantastic night, man. The crowd ended up leaving happy because they saw the two Quebec boys getting their moment to shine together in their home city. I think it's a city. I guess they would call it Providence. I don't know. I don't know what Canadians call it. But it was great. This match was definitely a 10 out of 10. If anybody says otherwise, they're fucking smoking dope. I've already seen. I try not to like let this get to me, but it just pisses me off so much. I've already seen Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer talk shit about the match, saying like, "Oh, if George St. Pierre fights in Montreal, he could win, he could lose. You just don't know because it's live. This is wrestling. He should have won." Now, do I think Sammy should have won? I don't think he should have won. I think the right move happened. I think he's an underdog. He's the top underdog of all of wrestling. I don't think he should have won it here. Now, if he would have won, I think it would have been great. The entire night, I still believed in my heart. I was like, please, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. Um, but that's the purpose, right? That's the point of wrestling. It kind of gets you into emotions that you need to be feeling at that point. Um, so when he got pinned, the entire everybody watching kind of just deflated. Kind of just felt like, fuck, this sucks. Um, but they were talking about like, oh, he should have won. This was the perfect. He might win it later on, but it's never gonna be as perfect as this. Like that's just not the story, dude. Like you're not just gonna change the outcome of a match just because you want that, right? What's more viable, and of course they wouldn't say this just because they're AEW marks, they're AEW fanboys. I like Cody. Cody, by all means, is a great star, great talent. Um, but like I make the argument all the time to my boys from the sampler. You cannot build a feud in 30 days, especially not this level of a feud, right? For the most prestigious titles in wrestling, you cannot build this feud this quickly. I don't believe Cody should be going after this so quickly, but it is what it is. Um, I think at this point it should become a triple threat match. If you don't agree, that's perfectly fine. But I don't see how you can give me this beautiful 10-month storyline and then just end it here and have them chase the tag team titles. I'm sure we'll get a clearer picture as we go, but that's just my opinion. Um, I don't know. What did you guys think? What did you guys think about the show? Overall, I would give this show an 8 out of 10 because it was fantastic. And that main event was everything. All right. Um, that's it. That's it. All right. If you happen to watch this live, thank you for watching. If you watch this later, because this will stay up, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to give your boy a like. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below. What were your opinions of the show? What did you think of the main event? And what do you think about my comments about Cody Rhodes main eventing Mania? Because I don't think he should. Okay? I don't think he should. What happened to the music? Play. Play some music. All right. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Juan with the Rest Hold Podcast. Peace.